Hi team, we'll start with the session. I'll be sharing my screen. Hope my voice is audible to everybody. I'll just present my screen and open Power BI. So yesterday we had looked into how to connect to different sources. Today we'll go in detail. We'll be looking into visualizations in detail. So directly I'll load data from Excel and we'll start with it. We'll take order sheet for now and click on load. The first chart that we are looking at is called stacked bar chart. Okay. Stacked is derived from an English word. So stacked normally in English means uh, keeping things one above the another. So stack of book, right? Like we have stack of books, right? Same way stacked bar chart is there. Okay. So we'll be creating it. I'll be using similar values. Okay. So normally what happens is whatever is quantitative, okay, whatever is quantitative goes in the. So normally what happens is if your particular value is quantitative, so you can say sales is something that is quantitative, okay? That will go in values. So sales, profit, quantity, right? All these things are quantitative in nature. So you can drop sales in values, okay? In the axis, we'll be dropping region. So normally what happens is we'll call it as sales as per region, something like this we'll be calling, right? So over here, sales will always go sales or any quantitative thing, whether it be profit quantity, it will go in values and region, you'll drop it in axis. So you can see region wise sales showing up over here. Okay. This is the perfect example of region wise sales coming up. Okay. You can see west, east, central, south. This is region wise sales. Okay. What else can we do? So you'll say currently what you can see is a normal bar chart. What is so unique about it, right? Why do we call it as a stacked bar chart? So in order to make it as a stacked bar chart, you have to drop legend over here. Okay. Legend is also termed as definition factor or color factor. Currently, what you can see, West region sales, right? Now, when you add category, so for now we are adding category in legend. When you add category in legend, it will show another definition. So before what you could see was only region wise sales. Okay. Now the definition has added up. You can see region wise sales along with category. So in West region, so what happened is I have three categories in my data: furniture, office supplies, and technology. So I'm doing sales for three categories. Okay. So furniture, office supplies, and technology is a three category, right? So over here, we are seeing region-wise sales along with categories. So West region, we are seeing furniture sales, office supply sales, and technology sales. That is how we are going. Okay, this is for West region. So in total sales, these categories have contributed. See, if I'm selling, right, if I'm a seller and I'm selling for three categories, my total sales is comprising of these three categories, right? If you could see over here, furniture, office supplies, and technology. Okay, hope this is making sense. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. One second. What next? So over here we have the category wise sales, right? Now I'll just show you how to apply formatting on this visual. Okay, so in order to apply formatting you have to click on this format bar. Okay, next you can play with a lot of things. Formatting is something that I leave to you guys, you can also explore, but I'll help you out with some sort of things in the beginning. So you can turn off or turn on legend. Legend is this line which is showing you which color stands for which category. Okay, you can also click on the ellipse and make it bigger, and you can change the position. So you can make it top, you can make it top center. Okay, according to your requirement you can do that. Bottom center, right? Like this you can make it. Okay, you can turn it on, like you can make it bold, right? All these things you can do to the particular legend. Okay, what else can we do over here? We can play with the like y-axis. In the y-axis you can turn off the y-axis, you'll see entire y-axis has gone. You can bring it back, right? You can increase the text size if you want, reduce it, make it bold if you want. Okay, all these changes you can make. Okay, you can close the y-axis, and the x-axis also you can do something like this. You can make it bold, increase the text size, right? All these things you can do over here. Okay, other than that you can also play with the data colors, where you can define the furniture data color. So you'll make furniture as yellow if you want, right? Office supplies you can change the color according to your requirements, right? And technology you can make it like purple over here. Okay, all these things you can do over here. This is your data color. You can also turn on data label. So data label is something which will show you. So normally data label will show you the values. Okay, so currently if you could see, furniture sales for west region was 252. It is showing in millions. Okay, display unit you can set over here. We don't want it to be visible in million, right? We will make it in thousands. Okay, over here when we make the display unit in thousands, see it's visible properly. If you make it none, it will show you the entire value. So in millions it doesn't make sense, right? You can see 0.25 million, thousands, it is showing in thousands. Okay, one second. So over here we can see that's showing a proper data label. You can also make it bold if you want, right? So this is your data label. Data label will show you the exact figures. You can also add a total label. So total label will show you the total sales at the right hand corner. Okay. You can also play with the title. Okay. In the title, you can change the font color to white, and background color you can make it as blue. Okay. You can center align the title. So you can see title is changing over here. You can also name it according to your own understanding if you want to change the name. Okay. You can see the title coming up at the top. Okay. Shadow effect is also very good. It will give your visual a 3D effect. You can see your visual is like a shadow now. You can also turn on border if you want. These are some sort of formatting that you can apply to a visual. Now, formatting is something that I'm showing once. Okay. Post that, we'll start with visualization. What I want is you guys to explore. So each and every option you can select and explore the formattings. Okay, it is very easy to apply. We will come to it and try to do some other formattings also if possible in the visuals. Okay. Next thing that we'll do is we'll open page 2. Okay. In page 2, what we'll be doing is we'll be looking into different sort of visualizations. So now we'll come to stacked bar chart first. Okay. We'll drop sales in value. Okay. We'll follow the same trend, region wise sales. Okay. So region will go in axis and sales will go in values. I told category you'll be dropping in legend. So currently we have created a normal stacked bar chart, right? Now we'll see the possible iteration. Client said that he doesn't want to see category wise region sales. Okay, he doesn't want to see category wise sales. He wants to compare sales and profit. Now understand one thing. What we had discussed till now is that when we take a quantitative item, so normally what happens is Normally we'll first create region wise sales. Okay. Now he's saying that in the legend or in the over here in the legend factor, right? In the stacked part, right? You want to compare sales and profit, right? Now, sales and profit, we cannot drop in legend because what I had told is all quantitative parts will go in values. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take quantity and drop it in values. When I do that, I'll not show quantity, I'll show profit. I'm so sorry. We'll drop it in values. You can see it is showing up sales and profit. Dark blue color is for profit and light blue color is for sales. Okay. That is how you can show sales and profit using stacked bar chart. Okay. One iteration was using legend, one was without using legend. Okay. Every bar chart has a stacked column. Like every bar chart has a subjective column chart also. So stacked column chart is the column chart for normal stack chart. Okay. Again, we'll drop the values in the same fashion region. I'm putting same values again and again so that you guys get a practice of it. So only difference between a normal stacked bar chart and stacked column chart is the axes have interchanged. Okay. Region has come up over here. Sales has come up over there. So you can see region is going X and Y axis have interchanged. Only change between a normal stacked chart and stacked column chart. Okay. Next thing that we'll do is we'll drop region and axis, sales and values, and profit again. I'll drop it in values. Okay. So that's the iteration of the above chart. Okay. So these are the 4 stacked bar charts that we are having. Okay. If you have any questions anytime, you can drop it in the chat itself. Okay. Now we'll go further. Okay. We'll open a new page. Next bar chart that we are having is called a clustered bar chart. Acha, for now, I haven't concluded stacked bar chart, right? I've not given any definition for stacked bar chart. The definition will be giving post completion of clustered bar chart. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take the clustered bar chart. In the axis, again, we drop region. In the legend, we drop category. And in the values, we'll be dropping sales. Okay. This is what is showing up. So this is the clustered bar chart. If you could see clustered bar chart, now what is changed over here? You can see the values that used to be one above the another are being parallelly compared. The values are being parallelly compared, right? So if you see central region, just to be precise for central region, I can tell which particular category is contributing more, right? Which is not possible for the page 2. If you see the page 2, it is very difficult to show without hovering which particular category for central region is performing better, which particular category for central region is giving better sales. Or okay, so now we can conclude a definition that clustered bar chart is used in order to show or in order to compare the contribution. So clustered bar chart compares the contribution, while stacked bar chart is just used to show the contribution. Okay, clustered bar chart is a very diverse use case. It can be used for showing current year sales and previous year sales. It can be used for showing companies' performance throughout the year. So parallelly, you can see ABC company performance in a particular year. Okay. Now we'll see the different use cases of clustered bar chart. We'll take this clustered bar chart and drop it over here. Again, we'll drop region and axis. Okay. Sales will drop in values. Okay. Now, if client wants to compare sales and profit, I told values will blindly go, quantitative part will blindly go in values. You can see we are comparing sales and profit over here. Okay. Next chart that we are having is clustered column chart. Okay. We are having is called clustered column chart. Let's see clustered column chart also. Clustered column chart, as we said, every bar chart has a subjective column chart. So we drop region and axis. sales will drop in values, okay, and category I'll drop in legend. Okay, so you can see same thing coming up again. Again, I'll create this visual. Now this possibility is for showing region wise category sales. Okay. Now this time I don't want to compare sales. I want to compare sales and profit. Okay. If you guys have any questions regarding these visuals, you can tell. So clustered bar chart, as we had said, is used for showing the contribution, comparing the contribution to be precise. Okay. Now we'll go further. The next chart that we are having is called the 100% stacked bar chart. Okay. Drop it over there. 100% stacked bar chart also will create in same fashion, but will present us a very different image. Okay. So you can see this thing. Okay. Stacked bar chart. Again, I'll drop region, sales, and category again. Now the above visual is a 100% stacked bar chart, and below visual is a normal stacked bar chart that we had created before, right? The difference between the two, if you could see, the major difference between a 100% stacked bar chart and the stacked bar chart that is mentioned below is that 100% stacked bar chart is showing all the region sales as one, right? So it is, if you could see, it is first showing in percentage. Also, it is showing all the particular region sales equal, right? But normal stacked bar chart will tell you which particular region is performing better. So we can say somewhere or the other, 100% stacked bar chart says, I don't care about which particular region is performing better. Okay. I don't care about which particular region is giving better sales. Okay. So if it doesn't care about which particular region is giving better sales, what does it actually care about? Okay. Let's see that. So if you could see over here below, we are having a normal chart, right? So what we'll do is we'll first see over here it is. So let's take an example. Okay. I'm selling in 4 regions, right? And I have 3 employees. Okay. I have 3 employees over here. One name is light blue, the other one name is dark blue, and the third one is orange. These are the 3 employees that are working for 4 regions for me. Okay. Over here, when I hover on the data, it shows me light blue's contribution to total sales for that particular region. So for West region, what is the light blue's contribution to total sales? Okay. So if total sales is something, uh, light blue has contributed around 34.82% in that total sales. Okay. So we are showing the individual contribution of our employees and total sales. Okay. So for West, it is 34.82. For East, it is 30.69. For Central, it is 32.68. And for South, it is 29.94. So the least contribution that it is having is for the South region, right? For the South region, we are having the least contribution. Okay. So now what? What next now? If you could see over here, uh, I'll just conclude the statement in a way that if light blue would have performed better in South region, the total sales of my South region would have been better. Okay. So see already which units are performing in their optimum limit, we'll not concentrate on them. Okay. We are comparing on things which are not performing, which are uh, underperforming. Okay. So we'll see the least contribution of light blue and say that if it performs better, obviously our total sales of South region will increase. Okay. Same way we'll see orange. Orange is contributing around 34.74 in total sales over here. Okay. 39.04, 34, and 37.98. So his individual contribution is least in central region. If he would have performed better in central region, we could have got more sales for central region. Okay. Same way, if we see dark blue 30.44, 30.28, 33.32, and 32. So least individual least performance or contribution is 30.28, which is for East region. If he would have performed East region better in East region, there could be a possibility that East would have been the best performing region. So that is how. If we can conclude this, 100% stacked bar chart doesn't concentrate on total sales. It concentrate on the contributing factors, because total sales is made of these contributing factors. Okay, so that is what it is concerned about. Okay, the next iteration for 100% stacked bar chart is 100% stacked column chart. Okay, again I'll drop region and axis, sales and values, and category I'll drop in legend. Okay, that is how you can see the difference between the two. Only thing that is changing in both the visuals is the axis. Region and sales have changed themselves, interchanged themselves on the basis of X and Y axis. Okay. Now we'll go further. The next visual that we are having is a very important visual. This is called a line chart. Okay. So we'll take this line chart and try to understand it. Increase the size of it a bit. In line chart, you can drop order date over here. Okay. In the order date part, you can turn off the date hierarchy. Okay. Make sure that you do that. Why, we'll explain later. For now, just do this. Okay. We'll be coming to hierarchy soon, and then I'll explain this thing. So what you have to do is, when you drop order date over here, you have to come over here and close. So click on this arrow and close the hierarchy. Okay. It will show you order date like this. Then next thing that you can drop is, you can drop sales in values, and profit you can drop in secondary values. Okay. That is how it can be visible. Next thing that you can do is, you can drop order date over here. So you can drop a slicer. Slicer are visual level filters. Okay. So this is important because actually the data clarity is not coming properly. Data clarity is not coming properly. That is the reason we have dropped a slicer in which we'll select one particular year. So convert it into hierarchy. Make sure that you click on this. Okay. Keep year if you want, only year is required. And you can select 2016. When you select only 1 year at a time, you can see the data clarity has become better. Okay. So if you see this particular line chart, you can see sales and profit showing up. Okay. Now over here, what are the different sort of things that we can see? First thing that you see is sales. So in normal scenario, in normal life scenario, profit can never be more than sales, right? That is a proven fact. For a 5 rupees chocolate, you cannot earn a profit of 5.5 also, not 5.1 also, right? There is some sort of, in real world, manufacturing cost involved. So obviously, profit can never exceed the sales amount of a particular product, right? Until you have, like, even if you steal it, still you can only sell it for the price that you have, right? So now why is this profit coming above sales? So you can see profit is denoted by a dark blue line. Why is it coming above sales? If you could see, I have deliberately dropped profit in secondary values. When you drop anything in secondary values, you can see sales is starting from 0K over here and profit is coming over here, right? So profit is coming in secondary axis. They don't share the zero. That is the reason profit is coming above sales. Okay. If we merge them together, then what will happen? Now they are sharing zeros. Okay. You can see over here, they are sharing zeros and we are getting sales and profit together. Okay. So this is your order date and this is sales and profit. That is how you can show them together. Okay. You can also drop it below in the secondary values, which will show it like this. Okay. Hope this is making sense. So this is your sales profit on the basis of order date. What else can we do over here? You can go to the formatting. You can go to data colors, change the colors for sales and profit according to your requirement. Profit, if you want, you can make it a little greenish if you want, a little greenish over here. Okay. You can also go to data label, turn them on. Okay. Also, data label, you can turn on series label also. Series label, what will happen? It will show you a particular series. Okay. So this is belonging to sales, the other one is belonging to profit. Okay. The series green one is for belonging to profit. This is belonging to sales. These things also you can show it. Okay. All these things you can apply over here. You can add shapes over here. When you add shapes, see, you can add the show marker option. And if you could see, it is showing you markers. For now, what you can do for better clarity, you can remove profit for now. Only sales is visible. In the show marker, you can change the marker shape. So you can make it a triangle over here. Okay. You can reduce the marker size. Color also for the marker you can manipulate. If you want, you can make it in dark blue. Okay. All these things you can do over here. Okay. According to your own requirement or need, you can change these markers shape. Okay. We'll close marker for now. We'll also turn off data label. And this is series label. Okay. Now we'll go to another visual. The other visual that we are having is called an area chart. Okay, so we'll drop a line chart first, then I'll show you the area chart. So we'll take this line chart, and below I'll drop an area chart so that I can show you the difference between the two. Okay, I'll do one line chart, I'll keep below. First, I'll show you the area chart. So I'm dropping order date in axis, sales in values, and profit in secondary value. See, line chart wherever you'll see now is mostly talking about time series analysis. It's a common feature. Even if you have seen any line chart in the past, also it will show you year-wise performance of a product. So mostly line chart is running on time analysis only. Okay, that is a very basic study. Okay, so we'll take this line chart. So above we have taken the area chart and below I've dropped a line chart. If you could see, there is no strategic difference between area chart and line chart. The only thing is preference. So if you could see, when comparing values, people prefer area chart over line chart. Why? Because obviously shaded area gives them a sense of satisfaction in understanding or comparing items. Okay. So shaded area is a visual preference. Okay. But there is no logical preference between the two. Okay. The difference, if you want to find out, is actually in the stacked area chart. So stacked area chart is something which is actually different. So let's see the stacked area chart. We drop order date in axis, sales will drop in values. First difference that you can see is in area chart you had secondary values, right? In this line, like in the stacked area chart, you don't have secondary values option. So you have to merge them together. Also, if your stacked area chart is not having any sort of secondary access, why is profit now coming? Because profit is in dark blue. Why is it now coming above sales? So I'll just give you a reference. Like normally, if you have seen a snow-clad mountain, what happens is in the snow-clad mountain, it seems like entire mountain is made of snow, right? But what happens is in real life, only the rock. So there is a very thick sheet of snow over the mountain, right? Below it, it's all rocky mountain, right? So same thing is happening over here. This profit, so I just turn on the data label, I'll go to formatting. If you could see in the data label, we will make it as thousands. So now you can see it is showing properly. 93,000 is your profit and sales is 7,33,000. There is no way that profit can come over sales. So actually, the light blue line of sales is acting as the zero of profit. Profit is hovering over it. So wherever sales end, that is the zero of profit. And this is only profit is this part. This narrow band of dark blue is profit. Okay. This is called, that is the reason it is called a stacked area chart. Why? One above the another. Okay. So this is the difference between a normal area chart and stacked area chart. Okay. Now we'll go further. We'll open this sheet. The next thing that we are having is a line and stacked bar chart. Okay. Let's see that one also. Only visual difference between the two. See, we have already created a stacked and a clustered bar chart. Okay, so we will just practice it once more. Now over here in the shape, if you remember, only the names have changed. Okay, in place of axis, it has come at as shared axis. So what we used to drop in axis region, instead of legend, it is now column series, right? We will drop category over here, and instead of values, it is now column values. So we'll drop sales over here. Okay, you can see somewhat like a stacked chart it has created. Okay, same thing we'll do it over here, shared axis region, category in legend, and values will drop sales. Okay. Now, what is the difference in the two? Over here, you are having an option called line values. In the line values, you will drop quantity. When you do that, you can see this line chart is showing the quantity sold. So if you go from west to south region, so only difference in this chart is that you can add a line chart. So from west to south region, as the sales is increasing, decreasing, the quantity sold is also decreasing. Over here also you can add the line values. You can see as the sales is decreasing, the quantity sold is also decreasing from west to south region. Okay, this is your particular charts, the line and stacked column chart and clustered line and clustered column chart. Okay, these are the two charts. Next chart that we are having is called a ribbon chart. Okay, the ribbon chart is very important chart. I'll explain you why. So till now, whatever chart we had seen and clustered, there was a very basic problem in stacked bar chart. Sorry, there was a very basic problem in stacked bar chart. If you could see this orange color, right? They were just following the color coding. There was no ranking of legends. If you could see how much is technology, 251, 220, and furniture is 252. Technically, furniture should be at the top, then technology, that is 251, right? So first 252, then 251, then 220. Same way over here, 264, 208, and then 205. But there is no color coding happening over here, right? Like they are just following color coding blindly, but there is no proper ranking happening over here. In order to understand ranking in a better manner, we have introduced you to ribbon chart. Okay. So what we'll do is, first thing first, I want to know year-wise sales. So if I want to know year-wise sales, I'll drop order date, remove all these, and keep year-wise sales. Okay. You'll say it is like a normal bar chart only, right? What is the difference? So in order to understand this thing, what you'll do is you will drop values in legend. Okay. So what you'll be dropping is you'll be dropping category in legend. When you drop category in a legend, you will see a very complex visual. First, let's check whether the ranking has been solved or not. So if you could see 1,75,000 at the top, 157 at second position, and 151 at third position. Okay. So ranking is solved. If you want to check this visual also, 170, 162, and 137. So ranking has been properly solved. Okay. What next you have to understand is this part. Okay. When you hover on this thing, orange is for technology. Okay, it is showing you technologies 2014 sales, that is 1,75,000, which is correct. It is showing you 2015 sales, that is 1,62,000. Sales change, it is showing you 12,000 minus 12,000. Rank has gone from first to second rank over here. Okay, rank change means rank has fallen one position below. Okay, same way if you see this thing, you can see 2014 sales is 1,57,000. 2015 sales is 1,70,000. Sales has changed by 13,325. Rank has gone from second to first. Okay, one rank up. So all these information this particular ribbon chart is offering. Okay. Any questions on this thing, guys? Okay, we'll go further then. The next chart that we are having is a waterfall chart. In the waterfall chart, what we are having is, this is normally used to show category contribution. So we'll drop subcategory over here and sales will drop in values. Okay. You can see over here that subcategory wise is showing up. This blue line that we are having is equal to total sales. Okay. So if you align the subcategory contribution one above the another, it will be equal to the total sales over here. Okay. Okay. It's known as waterfall chart because it is in the shape of waterfall. You can also sort axis. So if you want to sort it in ascending order, you will see now contribution is coming from smaller to higher. Okay. So that is how you can create a waterfall chart. Waterfall chart is showing category contribution when the categories are huge. Okay, then it makes a lot of sense. Now the next chart that we are having is an important one. This is called a funnel chart. Let's see the funnel chart. Over here, I'll drop subcategory in group. Okay. And sales I'll drop in the values. Okay. Now this chart may look like a funnel, but it has much more than shape in it. Okay. If you could see, there is a 100% mark that is coming at the top. At the top, it is showing something like 100%. Now, what is actually happening is, if you remember in school days, what used to happen, the person who was getting the highest marks, right? We used to compare from that person, right? Same thing is happening over here. We are looking into which person is getting the highest marks over here, and we are comparing with that particular person. Okay. So now what is happening is phones is getting the highest marks, and we have mentioned that now phones is our 100%. Okay. So whichever is the highest, compare it as 100% and compare other values with that person. So if you hover over here, you can see that chairs, right? Chairs is saying that it is equivalent to 3,28,000. Two other things are coming, percentage of first and percentage of previous. This will be the only situation when percentage of first and previous is the same. Actually, what they are trying to tell you is that 328 is 99.53% of 3,30,000. Okay. We want to show now if this is a new 100, if 3,30,000 is a new 100, what part of 100% we are? How much we are like how much? So if the highest performing person is scoring 330 marks and I am scoring 328 marks, how much of that person I am? So I am 99.53 of that person. Okay. Same way if you come over here and see 1,67,000, right? Now if you could see over here, 1,67,000 will first compare. See, percentage of first means comparing from the first value. So 167 is around 50.72% of 330K. It is around 50.72% of 330K. Next thing that we have is percentage of previous. So you can say when you are standing in a line, compare yourself from the person who's standing at the first position and in the line, and compare your person from the person who is standing just ahead you. So you can see 167 and 189 are very close to each other, right? So it is showing 88.45%. That was the reason why 328 had both previous and first same, because previous is also this, first is also this. But this is not having same. Its previous will be this and its first will be this. Okay. That is how it is showing up. Okay. This is your typical funnel chart. It compares from the first value. So you will say now when to use which use case. See, these are use cases that you have to remember. When you see a client requirement which is matching to something where he says, I want a visual which compares the first value as 100% and compare other values as from that 100%. At that time, you will present this visual. Okay. So these are the use cases that you have to think of. You have to learn these weapons and then use it according to the requirement. Okay. Now we'll go further. The next visual that we are having is a scatter chart. Now scatter chart is the only visual that will be having two axes. So if you could see the visuals till now, they had either one quantitative data, see sales as per region. There was never two quantitative data. Okay.
They may be sharing one axis, but there were not nothing like sales in one axis and profit in another one. That never happened. Like sales, quantity, nothing. There were always one factor that was definitive and other factor was quantitative. Okay, region will define which, है ना? So it is definitive. And quantitative means which can be measured. So sales is something that is quantitative, but there was never that x and y axis was compared or occupied by two quantitative values. Okay. So for the first time in scatter chart, we'll have two quantitative values. I'll drop sales in x axis and I'll drop profit in y axis. Now what else I'll do is I'll drop category in details. Okay. If you remember in school days, we used to compare or we used to plot graphs, right? Somewhat same thing is happening. Okay, we'll go first to the data formatting and turn on category over here so that it shows you the values. Now we have office supplies, furniture, and technology. These are the three categories available over here. Okay. Now, when I hover on this visual, you can see it is showing you office supplies sales. Okay. 7,19,000 is the sales. Profit is 1,22,490. Okay. This is your category. Okay. That is office supplies. Sales is 7,19,000 and profit is 1,22,490. Okay. Now, how to check it? How is it plotting? Right. In order to check that, what you'll do is sales, right? You'll draw straight line below. That is 7,19,000, right? You can see it is falling just ahead 720K. That is 7,19,000. And profit, if you want to check, 1,22,490. Draw a straight line at the left. It is coming just below the middle of 100 and 150. Middle of 100 and 150 will be 125. Just below is somewhat 122. Okay. That is how you can find out the values. That is how they are being plotted. What next? There's one more factor over here, which is size. Size means what is the bubble size dependent on? Okay. Bubble size can be dependent on sales. So when I drop sales over here, the more the sales, the bigger the bubble. It can be dependent on profit. The more the profit, the bigger the bubble. See, profit is increasing upward, sales is increasing rightwards. Okay. Now we will say that they are not dependent on any of that factor. They are not dependent on any of that factor. They are dependent on quantity sold. Okay. How is it dependent on quantity sold? If you can understand it in a better manner, I'll say that size is dependent on quantity sold. So if I say stationery product, and there is one stationery shop and jewelry shop, okay, adjacent to each other. The jewelry shop is selling around 20,000, jewelry shop is selling 20 articles in a day, right? On the other hand, stationery is a wholesale shop and they are selling 20,000 products in a day. Still, the profit and sales made by jewelry shop is much more than that of a stationery shop. So we can say quantity is something that is not defining the sales or profit. Like sales and profit is not dependent on quantity sold. Okay. So if I say this way, so I'll drop size of bubble on quantity. If you could see, the biggest bubble is office supplies, though their sales and profit is less, right? Their sales and profit is not as huge as technology, right? But still, the bubble size is huge because they're selling quantity more because office supplies are stationary items. Okay. We have decided this thing also. The next thing that we are leaving around is legend. Okay. What to drop in legend? In legend, you can drop one thing that is category. Okay. You can drop category in legend. So what we'll do is we'll take category. I'm so sorry, not category. We'll drop region in legend. As soon as we drop, you can see four colors are coming first of all because we have four regions and every color has three dots because every region will have three categories. So if you could see orange, this is South region, right? South regions furniture sales, office supply sales, and technology sales. Same way, furniture regions. So you can see central region furniture sales, office supply sales, and technology sales.
Okay, that is how it works. Now the remaining part is play axis. Okay, now what to do with play axis? In the play axis, what we have to do is we have to insert order date. Okay, so wherever you get play axis in future, you can insert order date over there. Okay, I'll tell you later, but what you have to do is you have to convert it into hierarchy. Okay, as soon as you convert it into hierarchy, I'll show you why would we convert it into hierarchy. You will see, first of all, I have told wherever you see play axis, drop order date. Okay, it makes more sense. Next thing that you can do is click on this play axis 2014, 15, 16, and 17 sales. You can see over, right? What next? If you wouldn't have converted into hierarchy, what would happen? It would be showing you day wise sales. It would have taken night for you to end this visual, right? So that's the reason we converted into hierarchy, and the only supported hierarchy that we had is year. Okay, so it is showing you year wise scatter chart. Okay, scatter chart in itself is explaining you all the factors in a very better manner. Okay, and you can analyze it year wise also. Now we'll go further. The next visual that we are having is pie chart and donut chart. Pie chart and donut chart both are very popularly used for category contribution. So that's a major use case of both of them. They are somewhat similar with each other. You can drop category in legend, okay, and you can drop profit in values. Over here you can see a pie chart. Same way donut chart also you can drop category in legend, profit and value. So they are mostly used for showing category contribution. Okay, that's the main purpose of creating pie and donut chart. Okay, the next visual that we are looking at is called a tree map visual. This is a very important one. Okay, tree map visual is something that is hierarchy based. It's very much hierarchy based. Okay, so if you heard about family tree, something like that. Now, what you have to do over here is you have to drop a hierarchy. So one hierarchy that I can think of is country. See, hierarchy is you, your father, your grandfather, and your great grandfather. Same way, country, region, state, city is a hierarchy. Okay, you can drop sales and values. So you can see a hierarchy has developed, right? One second. Next thing, once you have created something like this, so make sure that everything is inside the groups. Okay. Once you have created something, you will say, why is it only showing United States? So you can go to the data view. Okay. In the data view, you can go to country. So you can see over here, only one country is there. That is the reason it is only showing one country over here. Okay. Next thing that you can do over here is turn on drill down. Okay. After turning on drill down, what you can do is you can click on United States. You will see the next hierarchy, that is region. So you are seeing region wise sales over here. Click on another one. You can see over here state wise sales, right? Click on a particular state, city wise sales. The size of the tile depends on the more the sales, the bigger the tile. Same way you can go up, south, and all these things. So you have to hover on the visuals using drill up and drill down. Okay. Make sure that you turn it on before starting. So you have to click on the second icon and make it black. Post that you can go into hierarchies, okay, and see the data. Now we have seen the drill down hierarchy over here. What are the visuals on which we can see drill down? We'll see that. The visuals on which we can see drill down hierarchy is bar chart. So we'll take a bar chart over here.
Now we have seen simple bar chart, but this time we'll drop hierarchy, category, subcategory. Make sure that you're dropping all of them in Access Excel, product name and sales. Okay, turn on the drill down. Okay, once you have turned on the drill down, now you can click on office supplies. Click on so inside office supplies is subcategory, right? Storage, binders, papers. Select on binders, it will show you the name of the binder. Same way you can go to technology. Inside technology, you have phones, all the phone items coming at that moment. Okay, that is your bar chart sales. Okay, you can see how to do drill down using bar chart. What other visual support drill down? If you could see, remember in the line chart, we were dropping order date. So order date is the only hierarchy that is pre-created. Okay, you can see all the values are dropping over here. We'll drop sales over here, right? You can see that something like this is visible now. Okay, so now what you can do is you can click on drill down over here, right? Now you can drill down into hierarchy. So if you click on 2015, so post 2015 comes which hierarchy? Quarter. When you click, so in a year, four quarters are there: January, April, July. If I select July quarter, side post quarter comes month. In one quarter, there are 3 months. You can see month-wise sales coming up. When I select a particular month, you can see day-wise sales. Okay. Now I can drill up over here. Select 2016. In 2016, you can select a particular quarter and see inside August. That is your day-wise sales. I hope this is clear. So line chart also supports hierarchy to a level. What other visual support hierarchy? Pie chart supports a hierarchy. So if you see a particular pie chart, you can drop category, subcategory, subcategory, product name, and sales and values. Okay. You can turn on the drill down. Okay. Now if you select a particular part, okay, if you select technology, you can see I've gone to subcategory, select copiers, and you can see copier sales. Okay, these are different photocopy machines. You can come off. Bar chart, donut chart also supports hierarchy. So you can see if you want, you can select technology. Inside technology, you can select copiers. Inside copiers, you can see all the sales that is available. Okay, that is how you can show sales over here. Okay, so this is your particular donut chart. So we saw the pie chart, donut chart, right? We saw a drill down in bar chart, line chart, and our particular tree map. Now you will say, instead of dropping this hierarchies one by one, is there any way that we can create this hierarchies and keep? Is there any way that we can pre-create this hierarchy? So in order to do that, you can go to the date model view over here. Click on the model view. So over here, you are having the orders table. Enlarge this view in fields. Okay. Select the highest level of hierarchy. So highest level of hierarchy is category. Click on these three dots and click on create hierarchy. Okay. When you click on create hierarchy, you will see an option coming up over here. Right. Now you can add a level. Inside category, you can add subcategory. Inside subcategory, you can add product name. Okay. Category, subcategory, product name, apply level changes. That is how it works. Okay. Same way you can do for other hierarchies also. We had the country region hierarchy. So you can come over here, click on the three dots of country and click on create hierarchy. Add levels, country, region, state, city, apply level changes. Country, region, state, city, apply level changes. Once you have done that, you can go to the report view back again. Now see how you can apply easily. You can take a bar chart. No need to drop values one by one. Drop the category hierarchy. Drop sales over here in values. Turn it on and you can play with the hierarchies. Okay. Same way for this particular tree map also. You can directly drop the entire hierarchy. No need to do that. Country hierarchy you can drop. You can drop sales and values. Now you can turn on the hierarchy and play around with this thing. Okay. That is how this thing works. I hope this is clear. Any questions on this thing? So this was the drill down concept that we looked into. Okay. Now we'll go further. The next thing that we are looking at are the maps. Okay. There are three types of map that we are using: map, filled map, and shape map. These are using different use cases. So I'll just drop these maps. I'll take a normal map. Okay. This is a filled map. The last one is shape map. Okay. One second, guys. Next thing that we are having are the three types of maps. Okay. So in these three maps, we'll see what are the separate use cases and how to work with them. Okay. So the first map that we are having is called a normal map. Okay. In this particular normal map, we'll see city-wise sales. Okay. So we'll take city and drop it in location. Latitude and longitude is something, if it is available in your data, you can use it. Okay. This is for better precision. In our data, we don't have it, so we'll avoid it. Okay. Now, next thing that we can do is city, and size is something in which you can drop sales. The more the sales, the bigger the size of the bubble. You can see the data clarity of this visual is not good. So not to do next. In order to get a better data clarity, there is an option called filter on this visual. There are three types of filters available. One is filter on all pages. The other one is filter on this page. So filter on all pages is like if I apply a filter on this thing and select office supplies, it will affect all the pages. So you can see in page 18 also, only office supplies will be visible. Okay. So you can see whichever pages are not office supplies, you can see on page 14 also it is showing only office supplies. So that is filter on all pages. Okay. Other filter is filter on this page. So if I apply a filter on this page, so it will show me for that particular category. This will be applied on this page only. So I'm so sorry, I messed it up. So we'll drop it on filter on this page and you can select office supplies. If you want to check now, you can take a bar chart over here and drop category wise sales. So you can see over here, it is showing only one category and it is not affecting any other page. You can see all other pages are having all the categories. So this is filter on this page. But the filter that we want to study is none of them. Okay. We want to study filter on this visual. Let's see what is filter on this visual. This is filter on this visual. Okay. In the filter on this visual, I want to show only top 10 cities. So in filter on this visual, you have a lot of options. So if you click on this arrow, you have basic filtering. Advanced filtering, you can mention the name of the cities and give and or condition. In basic filtering, you can just select them one at a time, whichever city you want. Now the other one that is concerning us is top N. In top N, you can have top 10 cities also and bottom 10 cities also. For now, what I'll do is top 10 cities. Next thing it will ask is by what? By value. So I'll drop over here is
sales. When I drop sales over here and click on apply filter, you can see a clearer visual coming up showing us top 10 sales. Okay, top 10 cities by sales. Okay, you can see bubble sizes depending on the more the sales, the bigger the bubble. What next are we having? There is an option to add legend also over here. So if I drop category over here, you will see small pie charts developing on cities. Okay, you can also click on focus mode. In every visual, there is a focus mode available. If you click on this, it will give you an entire page. Okay, so now you can see Seattle, if you see, right? Furniture sales, office supplies, and because we added category in legend, created small pie category wise sales. Category wise sales. Okay, this is your normal map. So we will see different use cases. Okay, every map has a very different use case. Okay, the next map that we are having is a filled map. Okay, in order to see a filled map, what we'll do is we will drop sales in the, so over here we have location. In the location, what I'll drop is this time I'll drop state because filled map makes sense when you use state over here. Okay, so I'll drop state. You can see one state is coming up, right? Oh, sorry, all the states are coming up. Next thing that you'll drop is region. Okay, you can see it is coloring. So what we did is in legend we have dropped region. Okay, so it was giving separate color for separate region. Okay, next, what if you could see there is no option to input sales over here. So where will you put sales? We will put in tooltip option. So whenever anybody hovers on a particular data, you see the state name, the region name, and sales. Okay, state, region, and sales will be visible over here. That is your sales by state and region. Okay, this is called your particular filled map. Okay, best example of filled map. So when to use filled map? When you want to show state-wise sales also and also wants to show region distribution. Okay, when to use a normal map? When you want to show city-wise sales. Okay, when to use next map is shape map. So shape map, what you'll do is you'll drop state over here in location. Don't drop anything in legend. Legend doesn't make sense in shape map. Instead of that, in color saturation, you can drop sales. When you do that, you can see the darker region is showing in darker blue. So the more the sales, the darker the blue. For this, it's the highest sales, and others the lighter one is showing for the lower region. Map was also in very much trend during COVID times. You could see that cases for higher COVID cases you could see in dark red, like this. It was showing for different states. Okay, so shape map is on that particular use case. Okay, the next chart that we are having is a gauge chart. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a gauge chart over here. Gauge chart is like a simple altimeter or a speedometer, analog speedometer. So what you can do is you can drop profit in value. Okay. Over here you have an option to add minimum and maximum value. And the third option is target value. So normally what happens is minimum value, maximum value, and target value are coming from measures. But right now we don't know how to write measures. So what we'll do is we'll have this minimum, maximum, and target values from the particular hard coding. So we'll hard code these things. We'll directly input the values. So what we'll do is in the new measure, so we'll click on this option. At the top, you have new measure option. Click on this. Post that, you will mention the min max value. So you'll write min is equal to 35,000. When you have created this min, you can drop it in minimum value. Actually, it means from which value do you want to start. Okay. Next thing, you can click on new measure again and say max is equal to 3,50,000. Run this over here, you can see 3,50,000 coming over here. Last is target value. Okay. What is target? Target is something which will show whether you have achieved. So profit is like 2,86,000. That's a profit, right? Have you achieved target or not? right? Currently, we'll drop it manually only. So we'll write another new measure so that I can show how to fill these values. So I'll create a measure for target also. I'll say it is equal to 3,50,000. I'm so sorry, 2,75,000, so that we can show that we have achieved the target. And drop it over here. You can see 2,75,000 coming over. Okay, that is your target value. Okay. Now what next? Next that we have is a card visual. Okay. With the card visual, I'll also tell you about page layout. Okay. So make sure that you follow through card visual very clearly. Card is normally used in order to show the real image of the business. Okay. These are normally placed at the top. They are also, so in normal business language, they are called as key performance indicator. Don't confuse it. There is a visual also named as KPI, but this thing means entirely different. Okay. Card will show you the real image of the company. Okay, so how to create a card, we'll see. With that, I'll also show you how to create a prospective report page. Okay, so we'll drop sales over here. Next thing that we'll do is we'll turn off the category. Okay, make sure that you follow the formatting. Turn on title, and in the title, I'll mention it as total sales. That's how you can mention it as total sales. Once you have created this card, you can also turn on shadow and border over there. Okay, that is your total sales. Now what next? You can copy this card and paste it. Okay, so you can just copy this card, Control C, and paste it. Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. You can create a lot of copy of it and just align them in the best possible manner. Okay, delete this one. Now what next? Post total sales, what we'll do is we'll only change the values. Okay, so when I drop profit in card, it will show me the total profit. You can go to the title and change it to total profit. Quantity. 1 second, guys. So over here, once you're done with this thing, you can create another visual. So over here, we have got total sales. Next thing that we'll do is after this, we will drop a quantity over here. Okay, so you can drop quantity, go to the title and say it as total quantity. Okay, reduce the size of it so that we can just save a little bit of spacing. Next thing that you can do is you can drop how much. So if I want to show how many cities am I selling at, okay, so I can drop city over here. Over here it is showing first city. Okay, so what I'll do is I will click on. So normally what happens whenever I drop a string now, it will show me the first possible city. So what I have to do is I have to give a count because I want to show how many cities I'm selling at, right? So you have to click on this ellipse and select count distinct. This will show you how many cities you are selling at. Same way, if I want to show how many orders did I receive, I'll drop the order ID. It will show me, because it's a string, it will show me the first order ID in the table. I'll again come over here and count the distance. This will show me the total orders that I've received. Okay. You can just change the title of these things. Total cities and total orders. So you can see over here, we have aligned these things. What next? Next we can do is we can click on insert option over here. And in the insert option, I can insert an image. Okay. So currently I'm inserting a logo. Logo is something that you can download online, also any brand logo. Okay. So for now, what I'll do is I'll use data. This one. I'll take this logo. Place it over here. Once I placed it, I'll turn on the background, shadow, and border. That's it. Okay. So we have taken the logo properly. Make sure your alignment is better so that you can use it in future purpose. See, alignment is something that takes time. So you have to be in practice so that you create alignment better in the coming time. Okay. You can see a little bit of alignment will be required. Manually doing is better so that you can give a proper alignment and check it manually. Once you are done with it, then though you can copy these visuals to next pages. Okay. So this is your alignment. Okay. I showed you, I had told that with the card visual, I'll also explain you how to align them in a proper manner. Okay. What next we have to do over here? So next thing that we have to do over here is we have to give proper slicers. See, left hand side. So normally what happens in the page layout, top is for the KPIs, left is for the KPI or card, whatever you feel like. Left is for the slicer. So over here you can give client the options to select values. So over here you can give them date. Okay, this is the order date slicer. 1 second. A particular slicer header. Also turn on the border and shadow effect if you want. Also in the slicer header, you can increase the size of the text at least. Okay. Value size, if you want to decrease, you can go to item and reduce it. Right. Once you are done with this thing, you can copy this visual and paste it below. Control C, Control V. Drop category. So client can have a selection to select categories. You can also drop segment if you want, so that client can select whichever segment he wants to select from. See, we are giving them all the possible options to select values from. Okay. There is one option for ship mode also. We will give them options to choose from ship mode, which ship mode data they want to see. See, we are giving them all possible options. So we have ship mode, we have segments all available. Okay. Once you have created these things, at the right hand corner, your page should be divided into. See, you have to make optimum utilization of space. Okay. So make sure that your page is having at least 4 visuals. Okay. So we will show you how to divide your page into 4 parts. Normally, I use grid line for that. So you can go to view option, and in view, you can turn on the grid lines. Okay. This will help you divide the page in a better manner. Okay, so you can take the bar chart and drop different things. So you can create the regular bar chart. It will take the clustered bar chart. We'll drop region, category, and sales that we have seen today, right? Make sure that you're dividing the page in the best possible manner. We'll create Control C, Control V copy of this thing so that we can see how good our particular visual is aligned. So we will make sure that it is aligned in the best possible manner. Spacing is something which is a constraint. Once you have created this thing, you can take a area chart over here. So you can just remove this visual. We have aligned it in a proper manner. You can remove this visual and you can drop whatever chart you want to create. So if you want a funnel chart over here, you can drop it accordingly. Drop subcategory wise. Sales over here. Okay. Also, you can copy the formatting of above cards in the visuals below. So you need to click on this format painter. Okay. Click on card, click on format painter, apply it over here. You can see the entire formatting will come. Same way you can apply it over here also. Okay. What next? You can drop a visual below also. Take a area chart if you want. Right. You can drop order date wise sales and profit. Same way you can take a tree map over here and drop country hierarchy and sales values. Okay. In this clustered bar chart also, instead of you can apply the formatting. So you need to click on any visual that already has formatting. Click on format painter and copy the formatting. That's it. This is more than enough. Okay. This can be or your particular page view that will be expected from you. Okay. This is the page view. This is how you will be dividing the entire page into proper parts. Okay. That is how you can align this particular visual. Okay. Any questions on this thing, guys? Okay, this is your expected page layout. Okay, this is what we expect you as a page layout. Okay. Now, one more thing that I like to tell you is this is a normal page, right? Now, what I'll do is I'll go to page 20. Okay, I'll delete. Sorry, I'll delete this particular visual. We will take a pie chart. Okay, Now over here, what I'm dropping is I'm dropping category wise sales. Okay. Client said that he wants to have a detailed page for every category. Okay. So for now you have three categories. He says when I click on this particular category, I should be directed towards that page. So you have three categories over here: technology, furniture, and office supplies. There could be a possibility that there could be five, six categories. Creating a separate page for every category, so something like this for every category, will be very difficult for you. So what you can do is you can create one page that will serve all the categories. Okay, one basic page. So if you want to create something like this, so over here, like we are having, right? So let's see how to create that. Okay, that is called drill through. Okay, so first thing what you can do is you can, instead of this, mm, we will remove this total cities and I'll take another card. Okay, so instead of this, we will copy this visual and drop category over it. We'll name this particular card as selected category. Okay, reduce the data label over here to we'll name it as selected category. I'll show you how it works. This particular concept is called drill through. Now what, instead of using category over here, use something else, because client will come as one category over here. So we will not give him category options. Okay, anything else other than that. So over here, like we have given region option, the slicer. Over here also we are talking by sales by region by category. We'll not keep category over here. We'll keep segment over here. Okay. So you can see we are not talking about any specific category over here. Now, client said we have created a random page. Now he said whichever category I select, na, that page should serve me that particular category. So how to make this page as a drill through page? See, drill through is a phenomenon in which he will be selecting a category and fall over here. Okay. So in order to make a drill through page, what is the selected part over here? That is category, right? Now what you have to do is you can drop category over here. Okay. As soon as you create a category, you'll see a back icon coming over here. Okay. Back icon means that this page has become a drill through now. Okay. If you want, you can keep this back icon. Okay. Or if you want, you can remove it. Depends on completely your requirement. This will help you hover from one page to another. Okay. Now what? Go to page 20. Okay. Hover on a particular category. You can right click on that and you will see when you want to go from technology to page 21, it will take you from technology. Now this page is serving only technology. You can see the subcategories are also coming for technology only. Okay. Again, if you want to go and do a drill through for office supplies, you can right click. How it is happening? Because in the drill through field over here, you have dropped category. So that is the reason you are able to drill through between visuals. Okay. This is how you make a random page for drill through concept. Above, you can see selected categories office supplies. It is only showing the concept for office supplies only. This concept is called drill through. Okay. I hope this is clear. Any questions on this thing, guys? We'll go further. The next visual that we have is a multi-row card. Multi-row card is an advanced part of a card. Okay. So if you could see over here, we'll drop order date over here. Normally what happens is when you take a normal card, you can show only one value at a time. See, take a normal card, you'll drop sales over here. What you can show is 2.30 million. That, so we can show only one value at a time, right? If I try to show profit over here, it will be substituted, but it won't show them together. But in multi-row card, I can show sales and profit together. See,
more than one thing I can show together. Also, I can give order date over here and keep year over here. See, you can see year wise sales and profit it is showing. Okay, that's the difference between a normal quad and a multi-row quad. The next visual that we are having is a KPI. Okay, it's called a key performance indicator. Okay, in key performance indicator, you can drop many values, but it is normally used, it is an advanced card. Okay, so first thing in the indicator, I'm dropping sales. In the trend axis, if you remember from scatter chart, I said wherever you find trend axis, drop order date and convert it into hierarchy. Okay, so you can see it is showing. KPI has a tendency to show you current year sales. So for this data, the current year sales is 7,33,000. That is the reason it is showing you latest year sales. Okay. Technically, see if you drop sales na, in a card, it won't show you the total of sales. It will not show you current year sales. In target goals, you can mention the target that you had calculated before. So right now the target it is showing is 2,75,000. You can hinder it a bit, make it 6,65,000, 6,75,000. That will be it. So you can see it will show you in green that you have achieved the target and you are plus 8.62% more than the target. Now this is also clear that KPI is showing you current year sales and target, right? What is the green shaded region at the top, at the back of this visual? So if you want to understand this green shaded region, you can take an area chart, normal area chart, drop order date wise sales over here. When you drop it, you will see that KPI visual is somewhat trying to show you not only current year sales, it is also showing you how did you achieve it. So it is showing you a trend of sales at the back. Okay. Because if you remember in the trend axis, what you had dropped is year, right? So it is showing you year wise how did you achieve the sales. Okay. That is what your KPI is trying to show you. Trend wise sales. Okay, hope it is clear. So this is called trend axis in particular KPI. Okay, we'll go further. The next visual that we are having is a particular slicer. Okay, slicer as I had told is used to slice and dice the data, right? It's like a visual level filter. Now you can use a slicer as normal like this thing. So if you drop direct order date now, you can use it in three patterns. One is between. In between, you can select the date manually, and between that particular date it will come. The other one is before. In before, whatever date you select, before that particular date it will show up. We'll drop some visuals over here so that I can show how it affects the visual. Okay. Now you can see it will show you how it is affecting. So before, after is like whatever your date you select after that particular date, sales will be visible. Okay. That is your after. What next? You have list. Okay. In list, what happens? So it will show you a list of dates and you can manually select them. If you press on control, it will show you the values in that one. That is your list operating. Okay. What next? You have drop down option also. In drop down option, what happens is if your space is less, you can reduce the size and it will act as a list only, but only thing is it will occupy lesser space. Okay. That is your drop down option. Hope this is clear. Now we'll go further. The other options available are relative date in which you can select last 1 month, last 1 year, all these things. Okay. And relative time, if your data is in time, you can select next 1 year, next last 1 year, like last 1 minute, hour. So it can select in relative time. Other than this, what other options are available? If you convert it into hierarchy, right? Now you can select as per hierarchy. So you can see in order date, now you can select. 2014. Inside that, if you want to select a particular quarter, quarter 3 and quarter 4, control press. Okay. In quarter 3, you would want to deselect February. Inside February, you want to select only first 3 days like this you have selected. So all these things you can go in a proper manner. Okay. This is called hierarchy. Okay. In hierarchy, you have two options. One is list, other one is drop down. Drop down is also list only, but only thing is it will occupy lesser space. Now somebody says that through my particular visual right card, I don't want it to be affected by this particular slicer. When you're selecting something, it is getting affected. In order to turn off interactivity, you have to click on the slicer, go to format option at the top. In the format option, you have edit interaction. Click on that. Now close the interactivity. When you close the interactivity, you will see 2014, 15, 16 will not have any effect on the visual. Okay. If you want to close the interactivity of pie chart or a bar chart also, you can click on this. There are two options, filter and don't filter. Close it, it won't affect by the selection. Okay. Same way you can close it for other visuals also. Okay. This is how you use a slicer and close, turn off and turn off interactivity. Okay. Once you're done with this, you can close the edit interaction option. That icons will go away, but still the interactivity, whatever you have selected, will remain. Okay. Next thing that we are having is a table. Table and matrix. If you want to understand the difference between the two, it is very easy. Matrix is like a pivot table. I'll explain you these things parallelly. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the country hierarchy, dropping it over here, and I'm dropping sales. Okay. When I do it in table, you can see you're getting city-wise sales. You're not getting anything other than that. But when I do the same for matrix, you'll see something else. So I'll drop matrix or whatever you want to call matrix, pivot table. You'll drop country hierarchy in rows and sales you'll drop in values. You will see it will give you a drill down option. So currently it is showing you country wise total. Table cannot show you country wise total, right? Open it, it will show you region wise total. Post that it will show you state wise total. Post that it will show you city wise total. Okay. Any questions on this thing, guys? Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I think for me, I'll suggest that pivot is better because it will give you step down approach, whichever country or central, like whichever city, region wise, all these things you can explore now. So it is much better. Matrix is much better than table. Okay, guys, thank you. If you don't have any questions, you can drop off. Any other questions, please let me know. No, it's not possible to share visuals. You can share them on services account though. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jyoti, for joining. Thank you, Ashutosh. Yes, Amit, it is possible, but it so you're saying to show interactive sales to profit ratio in the previous balance card. It's possible, but it will require DAX and everything. That's not the area of concern right now. Thanks, Abhishek. Thank you.